want to talk to you about the curfew. Kamusta naman yung curfew? And how's it been?
Well, overall, the first 3 days have been very good. So we imposed a curfew on below 18. We also imposed yung bawal na mag-inuman sa kalye, bawal yung shirtless sa kalye, bawal ang videoke after 10 p.m. So just to make the city a little bit more bearable. Kasi, diba? Ang gulo sa atin eh. And in 3 days, believe it or not, we had 25,000 violations cited, yung arrested.
Dami.
Pero pinapakawalan rin naman natin. 25,000.
Baka naman, first of all, maybe not everyone knows about it yet. And number two, hindi kaya medyo strict yung mga police officers. Kasi kasama dun yung, what was it? Shirtless roaming?
Yung topless ng mga lalaki. Mga lalaki, Mga topless na lalaki.
Pa lang naman, hindi pa naman heavy yung fines namin. Just to make it known, para malaman lang ng tao na seryoso kami. Kasi kung puro salita lang, hindi baliwala sa kanila. We want to show the business. At maraming nagpapasalamat sa akin that yung mga lansangan ngayon mas malinis, mas tahimik, diba, wala na karaoke sa gabi. Malaking bagay pala sa kanila.
Bakit kasama yung shirtless roaming, Sec? Aren't you...
It promotes vagrancy kasi. What is the price of living in a vibrant democracy? If it's a little civility, then all of us must pay for it.
Pero yung
dapat magbihis ka naman, di ba?
Pero kung may gano'n, yung mga shirtless, tapos yung kaibigan ni Secretary pumunta ron, sasabihin niya, I'm home. Sabihin niya, I'm home. Pag nakita yung mga shirtless, yung kaibigan yung klase ni
I don't know
Secretary.
what you're talking about. But,
Hindi mo kasi siya mag-enjoy doon, ha?
Hindi ko iwan. But sir,
Imagine nyo, guest nyo rito minsan yun, eh.
hindi ko na-gets.
But sir, I do. Sir, granted nga, it's all well-intentioned, in instilling discipline in the minds of people. Pero sir, but for example, the idea of a curfew has hit some snags at least in the past. In 2017, the Supreme Court made some selective rulings on curfews imposed by several cities. For example, Quezon City, inapproved ng Supreme Court ang kanyang implementation ng curfew because it's very narrowly defined. Pero in the case of Manila and Navotas, I understand the curfews were struck down. So I'm wondering, for example, exactly what is being implemented or enforced as far as curfews versus those 18 years old or below 18 years old is concerned.
Lala may nakukuha notice na disallowance on that. But safe to say, it's worked. Shoplifting is down, harassment is down, yung mga magulang natutuwa at naupuwi yung mga anak nila. So, again, it's a price of, yung a little civility has never hurt anyone.
Yes, sir. I understand, sir. Pero yun nga, in the end kasi, maki-question ulit, it's the same group that raises the question before the Supreme Court, yung Spark. And in that 2017 decision...
Well, they can challenge us. Pwede naman. They can invoke that and challenge us and we will defend ourselves why we're doing it. But I think it's a very popular measure and a very effective measure for people to question.
Yes, sir. Sir, so LGU nga, sir, ang may mga ordinansa. But in this particular case, you're enforcing which LGU's ordinances?
All LGUs in the NCR have it. And we're about to go nationwide. Nagpadala ko ng memorandum circular encouraging all the cities and municipalities to adopt the same.
So, pati yung kanya, pati yung video kaya.
Video kayo.
Na wag lalampas ng alas 10 ng gabi. Oo.
Alam mo, ang video kita talaga, ang Pilipino magaling kumanta. Pero, marami kasi dyan, ayaw na magpatulog eh. Para sa akin, kung ayaw nyo magpatulog, magpatulog naman kayo, di ba?
Okay, mag-earphones na lang yung mga video, okay?
Narinig nyo na ba? Narinig nyo na kumanta si Topacio sa video, okay? Si Topacio, narinig nyo na? No?
Yung may sasabi mong topless,
Okay.
Kababayan ko yun, si Topacio.
Okay, let's strike that off the record again. But Yeah nga. So to Ed's point, sir, no, this may seem a little heavy-handed to some. And my question...
Kasi for example, sir, nung panahon namin ni Ronald, nasa koleyo na kami bago mag-18, tapos si Ronald, for example, nung panahon yun, nagkakalat niya kung saan-saan. Not necessarily doing bad things para sa bayan. Pero nung panahon yun, minor pa siya at beyond 10 o'clock, nagliliwaliw pa.
Pero pag dumadaan yung Metrocom,
Tumatago ka na.
nagtatago na ako. Magaling ako magtago eh. Yung mga Metrocom, no? Mga Metrocom ini.
PC Metro.
Sec, ano yung definition ng street drinking, by the way? Because
All public spaces, all barangay roads, all roads built by the government are public property and for public conveyance. Hindi siya ginagawa para pang aliwan o pang inuman. Diba? Bawal yun. Kasi sa pag-aaral namin, doon nag-umpisa lahat ng gulo eh. Doon nag-umpisa ang bagansya. Doon nag-umpisa yung sexual harassment. Doon nag-umpisa ang basagulo. Doon maraming
Yung
nangyayari
saksakan.
dyan. Dahil nga nasa public roads, naglalatag lang doon. Kung dumadaan, may nangyayari masama. So, binabuti na namin na itigil na yan. Diba? Kung gusto na mag-inuman, hindi man balo mag-inuman. Pero nasa loob ng property line nyo, pwede. Doon kayo sa loob, huwag sa labas, huwag sa kalye.
Secretary, meron kasing iba na nag-iisip na hindi ba to mind conditioning dahil meron nga tayong economic crisis, kung walang mangyayari dito sa ceasefire, lalala pa yan. Hindi ba yan parang mind conditioning na kung magkakaroon ng tunay na crisis at emergency, ay preparasyon yan doon dahil pag nagutom yung mga tao, baka mag-riot, baka kung saan pumunta. No?
Baka mag-inuman sa kalye.
So hindi yan, hindi ba yan ganon?
Actually, Ronald, ngayon lang pumasok sa isip ko yan. It's never even actually entered my mind. And sa totoo nito, when I saw the latest surveys, there may disconnect kasi. Mataas ang trust rating ng PNP. It's at 71%. Job performance rating, 75%. Drug use is down. Focus groups, focus crimes are down by 65% since 2014. So, in a 12-year span, ang laki ng binaba ng crime rate ng Pilipinas. But pagdating sa number one concerns ng mga tao, number one is corruption, number two is the economy, number three is criminality. So, bakit may disconnect? Bakit mataas ang rating ng police, mataas ang performance rate, pero concern pa rin ng criminality? And this is just my theory, and maybe Ronald, pwede ako i-validate. Kasi as a mass media, the first three stories that lead a newscast is always about crime. So, nakokondisyon ng tao na magulo pa rin ng Pilipinas. When in fact, it's the lowest crime rate we've had in decades. Ito na ang pinaka-peaceful ng Pilipinas. So, I'm not blaming the media. I'm actually saying, embolden myself na dapat galingan pa namin. Let's keep the peace. Let's keep it more peaceful. Let's keep it safer. So, yun ang measures na ginagawa namin.
Pero, Secretary, halimbawa, kami rito, ngayon lang namin narinig yung mga datos na yan eh. Baka may problema rin sa paglabas ng ganyang mga datos dahil very significant yan, lalo na wala naman tokhang, no? Pero yung mga tao ay mas confident. Pero hindi namin na babalitaan masyado. So baka hindi rin problema sa media, baka may yung transmission ng ganyang klase mga balita.
It's also a communication problem with us. Kaya ngayon, mas focus na kami not on the sensational crimes, but rather on the good that we are doing. Yung ano ang proactive measures namin against criminality.
There are still drug-related killings though, right?
Not by policemen. Hindi na, as a policy talaga, hindi na, wala na sa amin yan.
I wonder, Secretary, if you saw during the confirmation of charges hearing of former President Duterte, may nilabas yung lawyer niya chart showing that the killings have continued under the Marcos administration. And I wonder if you wanted to comment on that.
I do not think it's related to police matters. It's not a state policy for that to occur. If ever it was localized, it was maybe warranted, but it was not state policy.